I like how it's just started on me. I'm so used to everyone being in here. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review. Was it the prediction show for day one? I'm one of your hosts. I might as well just bring them all in. Let's bring them all in. Joining me tonight, understand we got the wrestling doll. Let's bring in the executive. Let's bring in the head of the table. Thank you. And the technician, right? Let's bring him on in.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta save the best for last, right?
Whatever.
It sounded like you said
you're the last one to get laid. So
the worst for last. That's what it sounded like, but I can't hear anything over your scratchy voice. But hey, technician, thank you so much for granting us with your presence tonight. Let me fix this. There we go. Thank you so much for granting us with your presence tonight. We're happy to see you. It's not like our views went down because your face appeared on screen. Ron,
thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
There you go.
I was going to say Mike should be in the middle because he's the head of the table, but thanks for putting me here. But I do want to say, guys, thanks for joining me for this prediction show. We have day one this Saturday. This is probably the first time in many years that they had like a New Year's pay-per-view, I think since 2007. So this would be a fun show to talk about. I'm glad you guys are here. But before we start, how was everyone's Christmas? I don't need to ask David and technician because I beat them on Smash that day. But wrestling doll and the head of table, how was your Christmas before we go start this bad boy?
Wrestling doll, go ahead. Ladies first.
Thank you. Well, my Christmas was nice. It wasn't very crazy. I was with my friends mainly. Family was out of town, but it was still a nice time. Did you put that he's kissing us because he's being a gentleman? That's just disrespectful.
Yeah,
I don't know why David did that. I can't say he was wrong for putting that up.
I didn't do that.
We all know it's you, Chris.
I'm sitting right here.
We all know that was you, Chris.
I just heard ass kicking. I thought Pink was
I'm sorry. It's a man is supposed to allow a lady who's in a room with a bunch of guys, weirdos, nerds, whatever you want to call us, geeks, jocks, to go first because I have two daughters. You have daughters. Okay. I show them what a gentleman's supposed to do. So when they get a man in their life, they know how to be treated. So just because you don't treat yours correctly, let me treat the one that's in here correctly. Wrestling doll.
Thank you know what? It's terrible. I was going to turn that into X-Men. I was going to turn that into such a sexual joke. And then you mentioned the fact that we have daughters.
You're lucky I have a tooth that's stooped over here. So if my mouth wasn't chipped right now and I haven't inserted guy when he's tying all threes, I'll let you know something about yourself.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you screw with executive consultant. God is punishing you for messing up the second closest thing he's ever put on this planet.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's a great
Mike, how was your Christmas? And then we can.
It was awesome. My kids had a great time. Thanks for asking.
That's wonderful. I gotta give it to Mike. I mean, the way he just broke down everything, you could tell he wrote Joe's album from 2000. I want to know. Good job.
All the things your man won't do. Talk to me, baby.
There we go.
I hated that song, by the way. I hated that song so much. Like, what you mean all the things I want to do? I'll whoop your ass. I do all of it. I did. I hated that song so much. But you play it today, it's awesome because songs today are just ass. So
yep, absolutely.
No, it smells.
And it's not with the Rock's cooking either.
It's not. It's awful. Why don't we start this off? Start off with the kickoff match, which was announced earlier today. They have Cesaro and Ricochet against Sheamus and Holland. I think the first person that should really talk about this is the technician because you were so excited to see that Ricochet was on the card. So,
all right. Let's be real. Ricochet is not winning this because he never wins shit. That's the thing. He never wins anything. So I'm automatically eliminating him. I'm either picking Sheamus or Holland to win this. I don't think
tag match. He's going with Cesaro.
Oh, that's right. It's a tag match. It's not a fatal 4-way. God, I gotta pay attention.
Yes, you do.
Okay, then I probably have Holland and Sheamus if they want to put the new guy over. If not, then then maybe, just maybe, because he has Cesaro on his side, Ricochet and Cesaro might pick up this win. What do you think about this ECC?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you was running this, but yes, ECC. What do you think?
The funny thing is, I was just about to say, hey, I thought Ron was leading, but
you kicked it off.
You passed off the baton to the executive consultant. There's nothing wrong with that. What I think about this match? Well, I want to say this is the worst match of the card, but we have a Raw Women's Championship match coming up later. So I
really,
can't
you want to talk about?
No. I actually, we'll talk about the match when we get to it. But no. Nobody cares what you're saying. This match between we'll do 30-second increments to talk about the match as well. But as far as this match is concerned, I am always a fan of Sheamus, and I'm always a fan of Cesaro. I think these are some of the best wrestlers in the world, and they know how to put on a good match. Ricochet is there to create a lot of motion in the ring, create a lot of spots, and Rich Holland's there too.
I thought you were about to say I'm a big fan of Sheamus and Rich Holland, even though you crapped all over him at this live event.
I like Rich Holland in there.
And then Mike, take the floor.
Well, I'm going to quickly say this. With Rich Holland, it was way too soon for him to be in SmackDown. He went from being Pete Dunne's valet to being Sheamus's valet, pretty much. But regardless, I am rooting for Cesaro and Ricochet because half is one of my favorites, and the other half I love Cesaro to pieces. And watching him on WrestleMania, he was awesome, especially when he spun around Rollins like crazy.
Oh, that was cool.
But my pick is Cesaro and Ricochet.
Was Ricochet at WrestleMania?
No.
Oh.
Mike Knox.
Just had to throw that in there.
Of course, he had to throw that in there.
Frankie Muniz. Go ahead, Mike Knox.
It's simple. This is a kickoff show, which means people will still be getting to their seats. I'll be calming my kids down. They'll still be asking for their popcorn and can they get the food or their drinks on the floor. And I'm saying, shut up. I can't hear the commentating. They may be horribly bad. No one cares about this match, but the participants that are inside the match. So out of respect for the people that are the below the line budget people, like the ones on this card, no disrespect towards Sheamus, former world champion, but the rest of them, this is beneath them. Even Cesaro, this is beneath them. This is just beneath me even talking about it any further. It doesn't matter.
Damn.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, this match really, I think the participants in here, you got some good quality athletes in there, but it's just a kind of match that I know I'm going to be walking around and making sure I have ice in my apple martini or something like that. I don't know. But who did you say would win? Did you pick a winner?
Nah, it's not even worth me picking.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who wins this match. Oh shit. More medicine.
Oh my God. And they have us being paid to review the show on that day. Oh man, we're gonna be the loudest thing on that show.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, and why am I the loudest? It's not me. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with excuse me. I'm gonna go with Sheamus, and we're getting the win here. I think they
false. My tribal chief, Mr. Chris Harris, I acknowledge you to let you know that I'm choosing the tribal chief Roman Reigns to hang on to the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship belt.
We're not even talking about that match right now. So why does that
Perhaps you didn't hear why we're talking about that, and that is because of this. My tribal chief.
I heard what he said.
I heard what he said.
That made no sense. For any man to say to you, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, do me a favor. Go just drop him some more money.
All I heard Mike say was, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. That's all I heard. Thank you.
Okay. Unbelievable. Yeah, guys, give me the floor, and this is what I get. But shut up, Chris.
Yeah, I mean.
Shut up. Like, please. Yeah, no, you, because you highlighted that. Oh, look, my name is right there, so let me just highlight that. No.
What did he fucking do?
Yeah,
I agree. Whoop-de fucking do. Okay, he's acknowledging his tribal chief. Everybody on this panel should be doing the same thing.
I get my announcement from women.
Why
I'm
are you
okay
so angry?
with that.
You live with him, David. Why?
Because I hear your voice. That's why.
Every day.
What?
I know. Right?
Acknowledge. I said, turn the lights on.
No one, Chris. Hey, who left this extra piece of bread in the toaster oven? This is ridiculous, David.
Why you piss on the seat again?
That's
awful. So the next match we got, is a singles match. We got Drew McIntyre against Madcap Moss. I'm not invested in this, but EC, you sounded pretty thrilled about this. So why don't you take the
Here's what I'm not thrilled about. You are no longer invited to UPR karaoke, and that's the reason why.
Wow.
Right? Because of this shit that you have right there.
Wow.
I don't want to see you. When I'm in New York, you go to Jersey.
Wow.
All right. What was your question? I'm sorry. I got distracted. What was your question?
Wow, you go for David. Like I wasn't paying attention. You heard that? Like that's an acknowledgement right there. I asked pretty much. You sounded very excited about this match. Why?
McIntyre versus
B2K?
Oh, let me tell you something. When I'm not Drew McIntyre. When King Corbin introduced Madcap Moss, right, whose last match I remember is him facing Ricochet and beating him. But when Madcap Moss came onto the screen, right, I said, "Look at this guy, release 2022." But he has definitely showed me. He's definitely showed me that he actually is a character that can make something work. So I think he's actually improved. I think King Corbin's helped him out and possibly some people backstage. And this match with Drew, I guarantee is going to be a sleeper. Is people look at it as they think it's going to be terrible. Watch what I tell you. It's actually going to turn out to be a very, very good match. What's up, Z? Zoli says, Charmaine, what's up? Like nobody else is here. Crazy Joe 730 says, good evening, Diesel. What up, UPR staff? And speaking of release, I heard Tony Storm got released by Stephanie McMahon. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, do you remember that exclusive we got not that long ago? It was Tony from the Bronx.
If I had time, I would have actually made a clip of that.
I'm sorry, that wasn't highlighted. Thank you, Charmaine. I'm saying, like you pointed out that a guy acknowledged you. Yeah, I got acknowledged by the fan of the year.
Excuse me. Yeah. I did highlight that comment. What are you doing?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
It literally got highlighted 3 times. I
said, if y'all were not paying attention, I said, Charmaine, you are no longer invited to UPR karaoke.
Yeah,
this is the reason why.
He did
you didn't say that, but
this is how she. Charmaine, I am hiring you as a UPR correspondent. Congratulations for acknowledging the head of the table, Mike Knox. That gets you a job. And because you acknowledge the head of the table, Mike Knox, you are now fired. There, I did my job.
You're ridiculous.
Hey, guess what? As the co-executive consultant, I hire you back. Sustained.
Think of that shit, Steve.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got music playing.
You know why we got music playing? Somebody's a boy with a toy. Somebody's a boy. He bought the shit. He stayed home the other night to start playing around with it.
This ain't new. This ain't new, my friend. I'm trying to call me out on stuff I've already had for months and months.
Right now, you got it all hooked up, and you all
proud
of that.
I didn't know. I didn't know I even had it hooked up correctly. Actually, I didn't mean to push it. But come on,
you know what? If you weren't going to hook it up correctly, we could have sent our very own technician over there to hook it up. You probably would have had it hooked up in 2024.
I can't even get 2024. Wow, that's funny.
Okay,
I heard somebody laughing in the background. Is somebody else watching this without?
We were talking about Madcap. He said, "So who do you think?" The David chuckle. David, who do you got winning this match? EC, you talked about how you improved. Who do you got winning?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Technician, what do you got there as you blow your nose?
Really? Really?
Oh my
Where's
God.
that picture that we put in the chat?
There we go.
There we go.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Obviously, it's gonna be Drew McIntyre. Madcap Moss isn't winning shit. It's Madcap Moss. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Madcap Moss.
Hey, listen, I didn't put this card together. I asked the questions. Don't be coming at me, homeboy. I'm sorry.
Like he was a little offended by you, Ron, for putting this match together.
Yeah, like I did it
WWE is giving us this match.
Yeah, I didn't do this.
I'm offended the creators. He thought this was a good idea.
Put the show together, so it's partially your fault. I don't know.
Yes.
That's the best
you got. Shut up.
Ring.
Yeah. Yes, Mike. Yes. Can you please talk? Because I mean, the technician. Yeah, you did it. Is that the best you got?
It's been a while since he's been on air. You know, he's got to pop his story over again. It's like,
I see it's the same turtle water in the back too.
The same turtle water. I thought that's where he peed at nighttime.
From his last episode,
he wanted to make it to the bathroom.
Same water. It's the same water as the last episode he's ever done.
Well, in this match, however, put that card. Put the card back up there for me, please, if you don't mind. Please, somebody do it. God damn it!
All right. I think.
Where's the beautiful beam footage? Where is the beautiful beam footage? That was not the match we were talking about.
No, we're talking about this one. I got it.
I'm sorry. Just we can focus for one moment. Yes. If I can be serious for a moment.
Thanks, Lance Storm.
Why be serious about that match? Why are we even still talking about this match? It's Drew McIntyre. It's another waste of time. Another waste of time.
I think Wrestling Doll, your word. Anything you want to add to this?
That this should be the kickoff. Drew's gonna kick
Moss's head off.
Moss's ass straight through that ring. He's gonna go through to China.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't care too much about this match. I feel like this should have been the kickoff, but that's just me.
Yeah, Madcap.
It's McIntyre.
Yeah, but still Madcap. Like Madcap, I don't know. I see he got a look, but he just, I don't know. I don't get it. So yeah, Drew, I see the same thing with Drew. The less we talk about it, the better. We got a single match here. If we can put this up, Edge against The Miz. I mean, this has been I don't know.
I know. I think I like where Chris was going with this. Even backstage, he said he called this match of the night. It's probably the only legitimate, really. I mean, like that's a good match. It's quietly been a good feud. It's been a good build. I think Edge is on fire with his promos.
He's the Human Torch.
Well, with his promos, pretty much.
Well, I mean, he can avoid chlamydia. Avoid the clap. Jimmy Dugan. He doesn't have that, so he's not burning in that way. But everything else he's done in this match, pretty good. You know what I mean? Leading up to this match, I think the way that Miz and Maurice did their parts in this as well. I also, what's going on, Dice Man? Okay, how they've come and approached this. I like this build. I know Raw gets a really bad rap, and it's hard to watch Raw these days, and that's legitimate as a wrestling fan, even as a quote-unquote WWE mark, whatever you want to call me. It's been hard to watch, but this build has been really, really good. So I'm going to see where it goes next. So I like this match. I'm excited for this match, and it should be match of the night, from this standpoint. I think it will be. So, Wrestling Doll, who you got in this one?
I like both from what I've seen. But I'm a bigger Edge fan than I am a fan of The Miz, so I'm going to go with Edge on this one.
I'm sorry. Can we highlight this? This is hilarious.
My Bobby Brown house.
Yes, you Bobby Brown. Like, what are you talking about, John? Man? What is that? I'm sorry. That just caught my attention. Like, where did that even come from? I'm sorry, Wrestling Doll. Who you got for this one?
I got Edge. I know the consultant's not happy because I'm not picking Miz, but I don't care.
Well, what you mean? Oh, what you mean? White EC? EC, what do you got for this one?
I wonder who.
I mean, you got one of the most decorated champions of all time.
Who Edge?
For 8
one
days.
of the best wrestlers of all time.
Shit. Oh,
carried many a brands throughout many a years in WWE, and you have Edge. Of course, you're going to go with The Miz, man.
I'm not going with The Miz.
Is the most must-see world champion of all time. You have to go with The Miz, man. Not to mention, if I can be serious for a second, to steal Mike Knox's line down there.
So we all like
angle to bring Beth Phoenix into this. Miz is clearly going to win, and it's going to be because of Maurice. And then Beth Phoenix has to come and take care of that ass, which leads to Miz and Maurice versus Beth and Edge, because one of his most memorable feuds in the last 5 years was Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella, which the match was ass, but the build-up was made it the most anticipated match of the night, quite honestly. So that's where they're going. They're just trying to recreate it.
I thought she was coming out Monday when he did the fake me out thing, and they jumped behind him. I thought she was coming out then. You're right. That's part of the reason why she did retire. It was to bring this build in. They talked her into coming back, giving him one last push. I agree with you 100%. This is exactly where this was going. I thought it already happened, but it's fine. It's been a slow build. Let it continue to be a slow build. Let it get through Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? And see what happens there.
Steve is a troll. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Reviews along with Around the Blocks with Mike Nas. Please make sure that you like, love, and share this with all of your wrestling timelines and groups, and follow us on all our social media. Unpopular Review. Somehow I don't see Tony Storm being in this one, but I could be wrong. Technician, and we're going to kick it down to you. Go ahead and ruin it.
Okay, I was actually going to agree with you, but okay.
Ruin it.
How is that ruining it? How is that ruining it? I'm agreeing with you, and then you don't get mad if people don't agree with you. That doesn't make sense. So because you made it make sense, I'm going to agree with you. Maurice is going to get involved, and it's going to lead to the tag match at Mania. You made it make sense. I have nothing really to say. So yeah, it's going to be Miz.
And I second that. I really have no follow-up regards to that. I mean, I agree with all that. I think the only thing for me is this matchup is, since Edge has come back, I feel like he's had, I don't want to say every match has been a burner, but the stuff with him and Seth, I thought those were some really good matches. So I just don't see this match living up to it. But I do agree to Miz win, because you want to stretch that out a little bit longer. I don't know about someone just put in the comments saying Mania match. I don't know about Mania, but I do see this be leading to Beth Phoenix coming back. Hence why she said bye NXT. So we got a few more matches here, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us your picks and who you think.
Was that a tag match though?
Yes.
I remember Brie and Maurice having a horrible ass match. Okay.
No, but there was a tag team match between the four.
All right, so I want to highlight this comment. It wasn't read. Miz is definitely a decorated champion. Put some respect on his name. He doesn't get enough credit. Dicey's usually right on Mondays at 6 o'clock around the blocks with Mike Knox. I gotta give some respect to him because let's look at this comment. Ron, back to you. Well, my God, hold on, let me take a breath.
Jeez.
What the hell?
My tribal
time for thesis.
I have goosebumps running down my back about the rematch between the current Raw Women's Champion and the band, big time Becky Lynch, number one challenger Liv Morgan, because knowing that I have both of their action figures, but in reality, my tribal chief, I'm choosing the number one challenger Liv Morgan to become the new Raw Women's Champion. We'll talk about that a little later. Go ahead, Bad Guy Jack.
You all right after that? Look at that water. Drink the rest of that water now, sir.
He's drinking that. I'll be quiet. What I call that? I call that syphilis water.
No.
That's exactly why your tooth is irking, asshole. All right, go ahead.
That natural spring water, baby. That natural spring water, not that syphilis water.
So the next match we got someone just mentioned it. Oh, I think Mike mentioned not you around the blocks, but comment Mike. We got the Beth. Oh my God, Becky Lynch against Liv Morgan. I want to start this off. I think that I think Liv Morgan has grown into a performer. I think she has stepped up her game. I think she has really grown. But this is not her night to win the championship. Oh my God, why am I mixing all these B's up? Becky Lynch gets the win. But I do think Liv Morgan have quite the performance, and she just it's one of those matches. I don't want to, because I feel like when you compare matches to something like, no, it's not the same. I'm saying it's one of those matches where she comes so close, but she doesn't win, but she comes out looking like an actual threat for the championship. But it's not her night. I don't think the story is her taking the title. They keep mentioning a lot that Becky Lynch has been the champion for over 300 some days. I don't know the number, but for how did am I boring you, technician? I saw you yawn. That was so rude. Why would you yawn when I'm talking? But she's held this title for so long. I just don't think Liv Morgan's the person to take it, and I just think her winning it just for a feel good would like really hurt that. And I don't think she should do it. So Becky Lynch get the win.
There we go.
Oh.
All right.
I grow. You grow too? Oh, good.
Oh, good Lord.
I love this Steve guy in the chat. And I can't help but see when he writes stuff, he goes,
he does.
Like as soon as he does something, he busts out laughing with tequila in his hand. But head of the table, what do you why don't you take the floor?
With that coquito in his hand.
I would definitely say that when it comes to, he's acknowledged me, you should do the same. But in this match, I gotta agree with you, Bad Jack. And I like Liv. I like Liv a lot. I think Liv should win for wrestling's sake. You know what I mean? Like WWE needs a cardiac arrest, especially on that brand. And they need to do something to shock the wrestling world. She just ain't the girl for the job. You know what I mean? If that was the case, it wouldn't be Becky Lynch. She's big time Beck. She's anything to me, I will call her and give her all the credit for it, but being the man. But Becky's not losing his belt. She's not losing his belt to Liv Morgan, at least of all. But I do think for shock purposes, I would love to see Liv win, but she won't. It's going to be big time Bex again retaining. Match probably won't be better. It probably won't be a better match than it was on Raw a couple weeks ago, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like this is the match where she actually just steps up to a whole nother level. I mean, maybe just me being optimistic, but I like to believe that she will step up and prove she can hang with big time Bex. Technician, then Wrestling Doll, and then EC get you. You can take over after these two. Your technician, David.
Okay, you said after these two. I'm like after okay.
He's saying after Mike, then you can talk, and then I talk, and then EC talks.
So
Chris, you see how he ruins things?
Oh my God!
All right, Chris, you go first.
How do you just like?
How do you just skip Barbara? He said you and then the wrestling doll. Then I go. I knew it. I understood it.
I don't know. Somebody else go first because apparently it's just like
the head of the table quote went first. You're going second.
And he's gone. Oh, there he is.
Why are you taking me out of the stream?
I didn't take out the stream. I think Mike did.
I ain't do shit. Listen,
That wasn't me either.
David guilty.
listen. For fuck's sake, just skip the answer.
Hi.
Oh my God, Mark, that's so horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Where we at? Let's go.
Okay, so in terms of this match, honestly, I'm not really enjoying Becky's reign as much as I thought I would. I feel like it's growing a little stale, and I would like a change of scenery, but I just don't feel, like Mike said, I don't think this is that upset feel-good win that we need for day one at least. I think Becky needs to drop the title to somebody else, but the thing is that who's that somebody else? I guess Bianca again.
It's what it looks like, David.
Yep.
It's gonna be right back to Bianca again.
Maybe Mela is money. I don't know.
Mella's money.
No.
I love Mela. It's money. You know that.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind.
Mela is all money.
Smella.
No, I said
Mela.
I am on.
Who said that? Who said that? Smella.
He said Smella.
As long as it ain't Kim Bella, I'm all right.
There we go. I don't even know what that is.
So I think Carmella should be the one to take the title off her because Bianca's had it enough times already, and just for it to be like a short reign, nothing long, something maybe probably less than 2 months, and then have Liv Morgan have that feel good moment at WrestleMania.
She had enough already. She only had it once, bro.
Who?
Yeah,
you just said Bianca Belair had the belt too many times already. You literally just said those exact words.
No, she's been in the picture for like forever.
I
she
wonder
was in the
why.
picture because she was the champion. A champion loses the title, should be able to chase back for the title with their quote unquote mandatory rematches. And then she was out of the the She's still not there now.
Mandatory rematches still.
I gotta give credit. I gotta give a shout out to the UPRE co-host Laura Lee E Boogie here because she says once was more than enough, but she says it like she watches wrestling. She has no idea what the fuck they're talking about, right? She's just supporting. So big shout out to her.
Get out of here, Charmaine.
Yeah, boo, David. Listen,
this is what you got invited to karaoke.
Mark's giving out ideas of who he's picking. He's saying Rhea. He's saying Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler's on SmackDown. Okay. Wrestling doll, we're on you.
Yes.
David, you were done, I'm assuming, right?
Let's see. So who do I agree with? Well, I agree with Mike 100%.
Wait, I did the same thing Mike said. Why am I not getting any credit? Fuck me.
That is my new SmackDown party for 2 weeks, for 2 months. Get off.
Anyways.
Want me to leave?
Listen, this is the best push that Liv Morgan has gotten since she was part of the Riot Squad. In between that time, they've tried, but the push hasn't been good enough, and they were pushing her almost with Money in the Bank, and everybody thought that Liv Morgan was going to win Money in the Bank. I thought she was going to win Money in the Bank, and then they whiplashed and gave us a cardiac arrest with having Nikki ASH win. So I think I would like Liv Morgan to win and take the title off Becky, but we know that it's not going to happen. We know Becky's going to cheat again. The ref's not going to see it again, and Becky is going to win. Who will take the title off Becky?
Oh my
maybe
God.
Bianca, maybe Rhea, maybe I don't know anybody else. But I don't think Carmella, and I really don't want it to be Zelina Vega.
Agreed.
Why, Steven?
It will not be another hill, and everybody renaming is another hill other than Bianca Belair.
Belair and Rhea technically aren't heels.
And Rhea Ripley is. I'll give you that one. Right, you're right.
Besides
but
Bianca and Rhea, who else is a face?
Right, that's the issue. That is the issue. But I would like to see her go against someone like a Rhea Ripley, give Rhea Ripley back her chance. Now the belt's out of Bianca's Belair's grasp. Something just to give it a little shock again, just something different, something believable. I don't believe in Liv Morgan. Not that I don't like Liv Morgan. I just don't believe in her beating big time Bex. But
it'll be entertaining.
But they haven't done a good job either in letting us believe that Rhea Ripley could beat her either. A year ago, we would have probably believed it. Now we just think, they're just throwing her in there. The same way they threw in Toni Storm, and the same way we feel they threw in Liv Morgan, and anybody else to just throw in there. It has to be something that's made believable. And right now, there's nobody we can even think of other than Bianca Belair.
They have with someone that's like 5'2", who's the queen of the ring right now.
But again, she's a heel wrestling doll, and they won't. That's just
No,
how
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just That's there it is.
Before, can I just chime in real quick before somebody else goes?
Go ahead.
I just feel like something I kind of dislike in wrestling is when a certain wrestler goes away for a decent amount of time and comes back and they act like it, and I guess feel like they're a little bit bigger than what they actually are. Because it works for some people. I think Roman Reigns, it was perfect. But, people like Finn Balor or Becky Lynch, I don't like, like they feel like they're way bigger than they are. Like, it just makes me dislike them a little bit more. You get what I'm saying?
No,
I actually
the
don't.
whole point of somebody leaving really is just so. Well, one's normally because of injury, but sometimes they're shoved down their throats so much that their time off gives the fans enough time to really miss them. I think that's what happened with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was gone for a while.
Well, it was leukemia.
No, I'm not even talking about the leukemia thing. I'm talking about when he left because the pandemic started and he didn't want it to affect his leukemia. When he came back in that SummerSlam, it felt a lot bigger that he came back and people were missed him and they appreciated it. I will always reference the Triple H 2002 thing. When he got injured almost a year ago, he was one of the top heels in the business, right? When he came back as a face because people missed him. It gave him time to miss, and that what made him feel better. People like the surprise returns. People like the surprise comeback. That's why AEW is so popular. WWE fires him. When they going to go to AEW? Oh, he showed up. I'm losing my mind. It's freaking Mercedes Martinez. But let me go ahead and talk about this match. Liv Morgan versus big time Becky Lynch. Big time Becky Lynch, the man. Little time Liv Morgan. Nobody in their right mind thinks Cap.
Can we say part time?
Cap.
Oh,
Let's do that. I like that. Liv Morgan is not going to. Liv Morgan cannot carry the Raw Women's division. Her mic skills are horrible. Even if you want to get behind her as that underdog, when she opens her mouth, right? When she opens her mouth, it is becoming very uninteresting. And Becky Lynch runs circles around her, and it's embarrassing to me, right? I can't stand the thought of them even thinking about any Becky Lynch's historical reign, right? Because she's been a champion not for over 300 days. Well, yeah, technically over 300 days, but she's been a champion, and she always says active champion since WrestleMania 35, which was in 2019, right? So we're coming up on almost 3 years of her being an active champion. Granted, she was gone for a year. Now, that being said, you asked the question. I'm obviously picking Becky Lynch. You asked the question, who can take that title off her? I said this on the show a few times. Bianca Belair is taking that title back off of her because her match at WrestleMania is going to be her against the winner of the Royal Rumble this year, which will be Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's winning that Royal Rumble. That's why they're already starting the separation between her and Nikki ASH. And that's why every time she does lose, she does not lose cleanly.
No.
Right? Who has Corona? She does not lose cleanly, right? She has to make sure there's a little bit of shenanigans. When Nikki crosses her, she's going to cross back. She's going to get her heat back. She's going to win the Royal Rumble. She's going to challenge Bianca Belair for that championship. Because even though, Mike, you are completely correct, she doesn't have the fire in her she did like 2 years ago. You're absolutely right about that. But ever since she's been on the main roster, she's consecutively been a champion. She was the Raw Women's Champion. Then she won the tag team title not too shortly after she lost the Raw Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair. And then since then, she started this program with her and Nikki ASH broke up. So they still keep her on the back burner. And I also said ever since they both been on Raw, they always make sure that Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair do not touch. Even when they're in the same match, they do not hardly touch. So that's what I mean by that. Let's go ahead to the next match while David tries to take home test for COVID.
They're sold out everywhere.
So the next match we got the Usos against the New Day. Quite the history these teams got.
Where's the slide at? Can we see the picture?
Oh yeah.
Well, somebody's tasked with that. He's doing a great job.
There we go.
Wait, look at that. Look at that color on the screen.
Yes. King Woods, Kofi, the Usos. They've always had some pretty good matches. Executive, why don't you
also thank you. I'm sorry. Before I started about that, I was going to mention this point too, and I forgot. Yeah. Alexa Bliss will be back in a month or two, and when she does come back in a month or two, she's also a contender. She always has been, and she always will be a contender. And Bayley will be back also. So also consider these people also as possible because Bayley's coming back a face. So always think about that when you think about.
Did she come back to the face?
she's definitely going back.
She's been gone for so long.
Just like a Triple H thing, as I alluded to about 3 minutes ago. She's been gone for so long, and people still clamor for. You were clamoring for her when she left, around the time she got injured. They were cheering for her when she at WrestleMania. I don't know who was. No, none of y'all were there, but I can tell you Dave was there. But I can tell you they were cheering for her at WrestleMania. They're going to cheer for her when she comes back, and she'll be back as a face because for some reason WWE doesn't like putting more than 2 of the same 4 horsewomen on the same brand.
Oh yeah.
Right, that's what they do, and it's going to be one a face and one heel. Right now, that's why Sasha went back to a face and Charlotte's a heel. Becky's a heel. Bayley will be a face. Now we can talk about this next
intelligent wrestling fan.
Oh, it's supposed to be me. It's supposed to be me. New Day versus Usos. I don't know what bad guy Jack's talking about. These guys had some pretty good. These two have some of the best.
He buried the fuck out of it.
They do not ever have a bad match, and they've had so many fucking matches. But I have never seen a bad match out of these two. That's
what I was trying to get at. What did I say? I make it sound like they had a bad
match. When you were saying
undersold it.
You were like, these 4 have pretty good matches.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't sound so hype about it. Hey, I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry you interrupted me. But so the New Day and the Usos, are very, very talented, and they're going to go out there. But here's my thing. This is just a theory. I'm not saying this is a fact.
Austin?
Usos are winning. Usos are definitely going to win in this match. However, I think this is because Kofi Kingston or Xavier Woods, one of them is going to be the next challenger for Roman Reigns. And here's my theory on why. Okay? I always say when WWE releases somebody, when WWE releases somebody, they put somebody in its place that can be similar to not deviate too much from the brand that they had. The next challenger, why are you interrupting me? The next person, right? The next person in line after Brock Lesnar was supposed to be Jeff Hardy. Nobody else on that SmackDown roster will get that kind of fire and passion out the crowd outside, in my opinion, of Kofi Kingston, who you could put in that very same spot against Roman Reigns. Former world champion, very loved by the crowd, going to lose, but he's going to look good trying.
Okay.
And that's why I say it's going to be Kofi Kingston. Okay. But yes, I think the Usos on Saturday.
Mike?
No, he had to fix that because all I ever hear that's jumped in my head, and yes, Miss Lee, she was like shoved down our throats. Yeah, he's like people get shoved down your throat, and it made me think of what he was saying. Basically, stop interrupting my soliloquy there, bad guy Jack. Fuck my brain. I told you I'm all up on these damn codeine 3s now. Damn it. Listen, no, what he was saying because Kofi versus Roman, I just see a squash match. Mm-hmm. The same way I would if I saw anybody from now in AEW.
Kofi and Money in the Bank.
You know what I mean? And I just don't see that for them right there. But here's what I want to see out of this match to answer the match question. I want the New Day to win this match because they haven't won one of these. I mean, not the New Day, I'm sorry. The Usos, because they haven't won one in a while against the New Day. Right? Literally for the last 2 months, the New Day has been whooping their ass in every form of every match. Singles, doubles, it doesn't matter. They've been losing. So they have to stay relevant and being not just stooges anymore. It went from this being a great, dope bloodline faction to it's being just Roman with stooges. And if the Usos are the Usos have to come, but you can't make sure I'm nobody's bitch and let me get them Us and main event Us and have all these shirts and be the ones looking like a Master P album on a t-shirt and continue to lose. They have to win this match on Saturday night. I'm hoping they win this match on Saturday night. And like Issa Rae said when it came to the Oscars, who you betting on in this match, Mike? It don't matter. I'm cheering for everybody black, so I still win. Go ahead, Wrestling Doll. Who you got winning this match?
Listen, as much as I love the New Day, what you had said makes total sense with the fact of them losing and being part of the bloodline, being the ones that are supposed to be dominant and taking over everything and winning against everybody and leaving no tracks left behind, having no mercy for anybody. I feel like they're going to give the Usos the W after taking the L, whether it be singles or doubles for the last few months, as much as I love the New Day.
Technician?
No, I'm still debating. It's kind of hard to decide, honestly, because I can see either team winning. But
I mean, I can too, but realistically, I'm seeing the Usos.
The thing is that now I don't really think it would elevate the New Day because, Xavier Woods has his own thing going on with King Woods, and he's already, it helps out Kofi Kingston in a weird way too. So, I'm going to have to agree with all you guys. I think the Usos are going to retain, and then I don't know what's gonna happen next after this, so we'll see.
I don't think the New Day is the team to take it off the Usos. I think the Usos retain, and I don't know the follow up, but I do like what EC was saying. You guys were saying about like they could set up something for someone. Victor, he said the next contender is Roman. I believe he's going to be the contender, but I don't.
McIntyre, he said not contender.
You think he's the next one? Because I was saying they could probably build towards. So I don't know a thing about me. I just feel like there's that person before Drew. I believe Drew is the guy to face.
There's one more person.
Yeah, one more person. Because I know we got Royal Rumble coming up, and then there's like another pay-per-view. I don't know. So, but just to finish my thought, I do see the Usos retaining. Hey, it's Mitten. He says, "What's up, Doc?" That's a Bugs Bunny quote. I like that. But speaking of tag team matches, we got the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match. We got RK Bros against the Street Profit. Something about this match. I mean, you guys were saying match of night, Edge and Miz. I didn't agree with that. I just said something about this to me would seem like such a fun match, and I see like this is something that might really have me. I'm gonna say standing on my feet. I'm gonna say anything that, but make me really more pain. Like I see myself not turning my eyes on this match. Who do I got for this? I love the Street Profit. I think everyone loves the Street Profit, but I do see RK Bro taking the win here, retaining this. I just don't see the Street Profit being the team to take it off. Oh, it's up here. I don't see the Street Profit being the tag team to take it off RK Bro. Technician, why don't we start off with you?
Yeah, I don't see RK Bro losing anytime soon, honestly. Or wait, you know what?
No, I don't.
I stand corrected. RK Bro might lose that, and I feel like that because I talked about this with Chris a couple times, and I feel like RK Bro, they're gonna drop these titles, or something's gonna happen in that match where RK Bro is gonna drop these titles either here or at Rumble, and they're gonna turn on each other, and then they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania. Chris thinks it's gonna be for the world title. Personally, I'm kind of iffy on that, but yeah. So I got. Right now, I might have the Street Profits for this one. Might.
EC, take over.
Yeah, it's gonna be unpopular, and I know I'm gonna be in the minority with this with them, but I think RK Bro is losing the titles on Sunday. I think Street Profit, if you look at them, the RK Bro tournament, whatever the fuck they were called it. If you look at that, it was 4 teams, right? It's not gonna be Gable and Otis right now. It's not going to be Mysterios because they are breaking up very soon. It's coming up sooner than you think, right? So, and then I think
I'm sorry, the Mysterios? I'm sorry,
Mysterios are breaking up any moment now. And Omos and AJ Styles already broke up. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to build. And Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, they're going after the United States Championship right now. So when you think about those teams, they have to. RK Bro, it's time. They've had the titles for a while. It's time for them to lose it. They're still one of, if not the hottest act on Monday Night Raw. Mm-hmm. But they can drop it to the Street Profits, who are a credible team. Just had a fantastic. Hey, you know what? Shout out. To go off tangent real quick. I saw their match on Monday with the Mysterios. I thought that was an excellent match.
It was very good. I enjoyed it. It was a match I didn't think I needed, but it was great.
Yeah, it sold on all deliveries. And I agree with you, Ron, when you said the Street Profit. I can see how this would be a fun match. Montez Ford is amazing in that ring, and they know how to put on a good match. And they're a credible team to beat RK Bros, where you're like, oh, I'm disappointed RK Bros lost. But hey, I want the smoke with the Street Profits. It's an easy transition for those titles. Because I still say, once again unpopular, Matt Riddle is a contender for winning that Royal Rumble. Randy Orton, in my opinion, spoiler alert, is taking that title from Big E, right? And then he and Riddle are going to fight each other at WrestleMania. I stand by that. If that's what's going to happen. Street Profits for the victory this Saturday.
Russell and Dawn, then Mike Knox, you go after.
Well, if it pans out the way that EC says, then he might be the overseer and so did George. But yeah, as much as I do like RK Bro, that they've grown on me over time, I think with the way things are going, it might be time for them to get cut from the titles and be given to the Street Profits. With how high they're being built up too, it's like people still love them, and even if RK Bro loses, they're still gonna love the Street Profits. They might not for a while because they took the belts and everybody loves RK Bro. But I still really think that the Street Profits have a very good chance at winning.
Okay, Street Profits. All right, around the block.
That's why I hate going last. It's like when we had our faction show and I was behind you, pause, and it's just like, damn. I listened to Executive Consultant. I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's what I was going to say. You know what I mean? No, because it is time for it to end. Now, I think I like his, I will not say it's an unintelligent opinion about his prediction for Mania in those. I think that's too soon for Riddle, but I can see that everything happening in that, but not the title involved, is what I see with that. But it has to happen eventually. Everybody else is breaking up like the way he said. It's just the writings on there. It's not that it's getting stale, right? But it's getting stale, right? Because they're not having, they have to switch this up somehow, some way with these two, right? It has to get, something has to be interjected in here. So while I had the Viper do what the Viper do and turn on Riddle, but it won't be that way. To answer the questions in the chat, it'll be Riddle that turns on Randy Orton. But the Street Profits,
it'd be very interesting for his character if he did.
The Street
That
Profits
would be,
well, because he's better as a. I mean,
you said Riddle?
Yeah, I think Riddle turns on Orton and it snaps Orton out of being a face and back into being heel Orton. But Street Profits, I think, also win on Saturday. Street Profits and Bianca Belair by the end of WrestleMania will hold those titles again. Vince right now seems to love the black vote. I guess he forgot us about it for 75 years. Now the black wrestlers getting a chance in the WWE. I'm just saying, they always say support black wrestling, right? And then the indie people say, well, this company don't support black or that company. Well, guess who's been supporting black wrestlers lately? Vincent Kennedy McMahon has, right? For all the fuck up things he's been doing, black wrestlers are getting a chance in the WWE. So the Street Profits,
almighty baby,
I'm gonna ride that will till the things fall off. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Street Profits for this, man.
That's great. Street Profits.
I like that. I like that comment too in the chat.
What we got?
My co-host.
Oh, that is a good point. That could happen.
I just gotta say, it would be quite the surprise to see, because I mean, I think we all
Riddle's better as a heel, Jack. He's just better
as a heel, so that's the only reason I don't know. Go ahead.
I've never seen Riddle as a heel.
Me neither.
He was a heel before he was a fake. I mean, I guess he was a tweener or whatever. But
what?
I never saw Riddle.
He was always
What are you talking about?
Okay,
here's an exclusive.
Mr. Who did a really big fuck up. I get it. He was never a heel, but he was never. I never liked him. Okay, and what they got him doing now, it's funny, but how long is it gonna last? I mean, that's all I'm saying. I will treat him the same way I treated Matt Cardona. Woo, 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 you suck, bro. After that gimmick, what are you?
Cardona.
Whatever the fuck. I say it wrong on purpose, okay? Because he's wrong on purpose. And I said everybody for him for years, who would Zack Ryder be if he didn't have the Jersey Shore gimmick? And once that gimmick surpassed him, that's what he was. And it's the same thing with Mr. Spicoli and Matt Riddle. Okay, he could always be Spicoli, but he gotta wise up somewhere. You can't. You gotta. You can't play goofy for so long. The shtick dies.
Riddle and RKO, Randy Orton have been a lot closer than, of course, when they started. You know, they actually hugged willingly on Monday Night Raw. That's usually, I can tell you from watching soap operas, that usually means somebody's about to die.
Definite back.
Yep. So it's definitely about to happen. And I think it's going to happen once again a lot sooner than you think. But it's going to start. You're going to start seeing sprinkles of it this coming Saturday, and that's why I think RK Bro are going to drop those titles. And you know what? It's time. They had a good run. They were arguably, like I said, the most popular tandem on Raw. When people were saying Raw sucks every single week, which they still do, I disagree. But when people say Raw sucks every single week, they always highlighted RK Bro as the positive side. So,
and I even think even if you do it right now, it's kind of like so. It's kind of, because I get what you're saying when it's stale, and it's not really stale. But if you do it right now, it's like it's so sudden. You're like, oh man, and everyone. And I hate saying stuff like, because I feel like when you compare stuff, like I said, people get upset. But like the Shield, when they broke them up, and people were just heartbroken, and people really like RK Bro a lot. So if they go for it now, I would say, wow, I didn't see that coming. And
always do it, leave them wanting more. If you do it when it starts to get stale, it's not as impactful.
It's not effective.
That's why people still to this day, even though it's been 7 years, talk about when the Shield first broke up, because it wasn't getting stale. They were just really they were at their high peak. They just beat Evolution. Things were looking really good. And then all of a sudden,
it was sudden.
That chair shot to the back. That thing was so popular. I used to anything that was like a 3-man tandem with somebody backstab somebody. They used to plant their face on one of those Shield members. That's how.
Are we wrong for even expecting a split? Because I get the still part, right? But New Day has had plenty of stale opportunities, and they've overcome those stale moments, right? Is it just that we know Randy's not going to stay in this tag team that makes us say this is going to end?
That's one way to look at it. I can't disagree with that.
Jack, who you got in this match?
The way they put it out when he's with Riddle makes it seem like he wants to leave.
I'm sorry, Rosendahl. What'd you got?
No, I said with the way that they have it put out, sometimes it makes it seem like he wants to leave. We're like, I can't take this.
And I think that's the thing, because I look at Randy as the guy to do it. So, like when you were saying that, I just expect Randy. So that's what he said.
And that's what will be captivating if Riddle is the one to do it. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be Orton. But imagine how much more people will talk if it is.
It would, yeah, because everyone
said that before. So I agree with you. That's where my opinion stemmed from when you said that before at one point.
I'm trying to think of a show. I don't watch soap operas,
He's interested. He's interested in being a heel.
So you watch wrestling, don't you?
I do. It does count as a soap opera, does it? But I'm just saying, when you say stuff like that and you say this unexpected, because I'm sitting there going, I've never seen Matt Riddle as a heel. I don't know how that would work, but he does that, and everyone loves him. But now this guy's like a jerk, and he stabs. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant writing. It's like you
it'd be the one thing you wouldn't expect, but when you see it, you'll love it.
I hope so. Because not everyone can be a heel, but I hope so.
Let's go to the next match.
Yes, well, and Mike, we're going to start with you because I know you don't like being last, so we'll make sure you're not last. But we got we can get the graphic up. We got a WWE Championship match. We got, there we go, Big E, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Kevin Owens. Mike around the block. Look at that strong black chin by Bobby Lashley. Mike,
Black Krillin. That's what I call him. Black Krillin.
Who do you got for this match, brother?
I've already told you, like Issa Rae say, always bet on black, right? So it doesn't matter to me if it's Bobby Lashley or if it's Big E.
Let me ask you, can I?
Although I got a Kevin Owens shirt.
I was going to ask you, and this is a question for everybody, for the whole panel, because I feel like a lot of people on the internet have grown tired and think Big E's run has been stale. Do you think it's been stale, lackluster? What do you got, Mike? Why don't you start, and then David, you can go next.
What people have to understand when it comes to any champion, doesn't matter who the champion is, it's the dance partner. Big E has never established, they have never established a dance partner for Big E. So watching his title run, it's been incomplete, right? Because he doesn't have that. Like when Bobby Lashley won it, he was going against McIntyre. That's his dance partner. Whether it got still or not, I hate that term in wrestling because I go back a lot of years more than a lot of people when it comes to wrestling, and that's professional wrestling. Okay, Orton, Triple H, Sting and Ric Flair and insert anybody went on and on and on and on and on. So Bobby Lashley has not had that partner to make this run anything other than, hey, he's the third black guy who's had the world championship. You know what I mean? Or second in most people's eyes, right? But other than that, I say third, but I got to still pay respect to my other black wrestling fans out there that because of the way the WWE garners The Rock's story, we know he's black, half Samoan, but they never promote anything about Rocky Johnson's side. It's always Samoan. So most people, when they look at The Rock, they think Puerto Rican or Samoan. They don't think mixed, right? So a lot of black folks, because of the way the WWE treats that run and him, they say he was never. I count him, but listen, overall, Big E just needs that guy, and it's nobody in this match. So I'm hoping, honestly, that Lashley gets his title back. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going for. I want Lashley to get his belt back. I'm disappointed they're going to probably break up him and MVP. But again, this is what Vince does. Every time something is hot and going very good, Vince.
Oh, you like the Hurt Business?
I brought the merchandise.
But the Hurt Business?
Yeah, I brought the merchandise. I was here for the Hurt Business. I'm here still for the Hurt Business. But again, those guys, meaning Shelton Benjamin and company, got treated like lackeys. They wasn't, before WrestleMania came around, when Bobby had the belt, the Hurt Business was going in being very strong. Then he made them look stupid. And then they came back and it looked even dumber. You know what I mean? And so they kind of killed that. And now what they're doing with him and MVP. It's just overall, Bobby Lashley looks like a champion. he's everything a champion is. He is the black version in wrestling world of someone like Brock Lesnar. Always have been, always will be to me. There's no difference between him and Brock, except I think Brock is more entertaining on the microphone than Bobby Lashley. But inside that squared circle,
oh my God. Whoever did that is an asshole.
It was not me. I want you to know that. It was not me, but I guess I was. No, it makes me feel like I was boring them. So on to the next one.
Well, he is the next one.
I am the next one, actually. But yeah, I have to agree with you. Of course, I want the Almighty to get his WWE Championship back. But I have a feeling if Seth Rollins is going to compete in this match, which he might not because of what just happened with the whole COVID thing. But he had COVID on Christmas. So my thinking is that, okay, the CDC literally just decreased isolation from 10 to 5 days. And if he tests negative enough times, I feel like he will be good to go. So if he does end up competing in this match, I have a feeling that Seth Rollins will be WWE champion once again. And honestly, that's something I would really like to see going into WrestleMania. Maybe a rematch with him and Kevin Owens, or maybe a match between him and Bobby Lashley. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. I'm hoping for Seth. I'm hoping for Seth. If not, then Lashley.
That comment, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter. I can't see that happening. I want that to happen, but we're going to get Lashley Roman again. I think all the way till Mania. There's no one else for Roman. That's a Mania
Lashley
type.
And Roman.
I mean, yeah, Lashley and Roman's going to. I mean, not Lashley. Shit, you know what I'm trying to say. Brock Lesnar and Roman is. It's going to be at Mania. It's just nothing else is going to sell out that building on night 2, other than that you can replace Roman with. Unless there's I can't never say never, but everybody's left the company, so there's nobody that can come back to be like, oh shit, Roman versus that guy. That's not happening, right? So it's going to be Roman versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Just let's get that out of our heads. That fantasy is never going to come true. Of watching the Almighty takes on the Beast. That's not going to happen. Damn, trying to do Vince McMahon's WrestleMania.
EC.
I thought it was wrestling though. What's next?
Oh, then okay, then fine. In wrestling though.
He's only saying that because he pointed towards me. That's why.
That's true.
I mean, I don't care. You want me to go, or do you want wrestling?
No. Go back on mic. On mute. Wrestling dog. Go ahead. Take the line.
Okay. So I said before that as I would like Big E to retain the belt so that way maybe he could try to get a steady rival with somebody somehow, because having Rollins, then having Kevin, and now having Lashley, who might possibly be turning face on this, which I don't know, and I don't want that to happen because he does much better as a heel. But like I said before, I feel like Seth's going to do some sneaky ass trick to try to win, but I feel like either Big E or Lashley could take the belt. And I do like Kevin Owens, but I think that Big E or Lashley's going to take it.
Wow, a lot of people have like a second person just in case. EC, what do you got?
I have an unpopular opinion.
That's why we're here.
Big E's retaining that championship. Not a doubt in my mind. Big E's walking out with that WWE World Heavyweight
Championship. That's an
Championship.
unpopular opinion, though.
No, here's what's going to be unpopular opinion. Because the reason Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens are not going to win is because Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens are going to start chasing after the Raw Tag Team Champions. Street Profits are a transitional team. If you look at how close they are, you look how intertwined they are, the fact that they're both heels, the writings on the wall, they're going to be a go-to ones to go after those tag team titles just for fun. Seth Rollins is one of the most decorated champions of all time, too. But you know why? Because he's had like 6 or 7 different partners he's had the tag team titles with. It's going to continue. It's not going to be long, but it's going to continue, possibly leading up to a match between the two at WrestleMania. I don't know, but I do see them taking those championships. But they weren't going to do it from RK Bro. Now, that's 1. 2, Bobby Lashley is turning babyface. So that's why I want to say something popular. You can already see the writings on the wall, already see the wheels turning in his head. It's going to be up against him and MVP soon. Now, besides that, who does that leave? Bobby Lashley's opponent at WrestleMania, who I'm going to have to disagree with Mike. I think Bobby Lashley's opponent at WrestleMania is none other than the Beast Brock Lesnar. I think that's where they're going after for this particular one. Yes.
That'd be interesting.
I think he is going to get that match, and I think he is definitely in this.
So who goes with Roman? Who sells Roman?
Roman
that's where the question has to be.
At this point in time,
But doesn't Roman sell regardless of who he's
I'm
wrestling
going
against?
to go ahead and say that Roman's opponent is going to be Drew McIntyre. That is where I think it's going. I think they have such a strong cast, even though you say everybody left. I think they have such a strong cast. They feel like they can sell night 2. Just having Brock Lesnar on the card, just having Roman on the card, and Drew McIntyre is their top full-time babyface they have outside of Big E. It's going to be Finn Balor. I mean, not Finn Balor. I'm sorry. That was a Captain Shea joke. It's going to be Drew McIntyre.
I like how you laughed at your own joke, cornball.
Just call me Willie.
Vic, I love you, but no.
I agree with Vic.
I said
think
Vic.
they're gonna. I think they go right back to where they were going with SmackDown with the Alpha Academy. I'm very high on the Alpha Academy. I think Vince is very high.
I am too. Chad Gable is a gem.
Chad Gable is a gem. He's been that way for years.
He's the closest thing to Kurt Angle I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By far. So I think they're going to go back. I think profits get it back for that to become. I see what you're saying. You know, there's one man power trip. I think that somebody else I've seen come out with that with Seth and them. But no, I don't see that happening.
I'm not 100% sure on it. I just think that's an angle to twins.
No,
I'm not 100% sure with it.
No, shit. We should tweet that shit out and let that shit be dirt news. What the fuck they call it?
Dirt sheet?
Where's Matt at?
Dirt sheet?
Yeah.
You mean dirt sheet? Dirt news. Yeah, I love that.
I don't fucking know.
But when you say power trip, you're not talking like you're talking like close to like 2001 Stone Cold Triple H. I don't see that. No. As a matter of fact, I didn't watch.
I saw the same thing he saw too, and I said the same thing in my head. Say,
I don't see it.
I didn't see it either. I'm just saying, that's what somebody, wrestling world, they see something, everybody runs with it.
I was sitting there thinking that it was almost kind of like, so what? Kevin Owens and Seth hugged. What was last week or something like that? I was sitting there kind of getting vibes of like him and Jericho. Like I kind of had that vibe. I mean, I'm not saying because it was silly. I don't know if they're gonna go for a silly route, but that's kind of the vibe I got from this. So that was interesting. You said power trip.
Seth's been kind of silly lately. The laugh in itself. I honestly, this is the first time ever watching wrestling that it's at least this brand. Honestly, this company. It's hard to know what the fuck they're gonna do next. We don't know who's gonna be here. Okay. So unless Bray Wyatt going against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, it's Brock, and I would damn near bet on it. I would damn near bet money on it.
I guess I was sitting there saying silly because your boy said Seth has been silly. He has been silly, and also his entrance. I guess I was thinking like because Kevin Owens was the straight man even with Jericho. I kind of forgot that, so that's why I was like, I don't know because it's kind of silly, but right. You guys had picked. I had some great picks. I see Big E retaining because I see that I feel like Seth and Kevin are just going to do some kind of tag. I don't know, like we need more food. Oh, Food Friday, David. Yeah,
we're still waiting on the next episode. It's coming to you sometime in 2025.
There you go.
With another kidnapped person in the van. Like,
oh my god.
But I got Big E taking it.
It's nice to see you paying attention to the show, man. Thank you so much for being here. I said
I'm listening. I'm paying attention.
No,
it's nice to hear you're paying attention, David. But yeah, man, I said WrestleMania.
Never again. This is just that can't do it, Chris. That was that match. Let's just get to the main event here. We got.
What did I do? What did I do? I didn't do anything.
You drink. So
ladies and gentlemen, hold up, take that down. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review along with Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. Please make sure you hit that like, love, and share button. And when you do share it to all your wrestling timelines groups. Also, join us and follow us on all our social media. Unpopular Review on Twitter, Unpopular Review on TikTok, Unpopular Review on Instagram, Unpopular Review on YouTube. Get off an iPhone. UPRE on YouTube and Unpopular Review Gaming on YouTube as well. And follow Mike Knox also Around the Blocks on Twitter. I mean, he has a whole bunch of stuff. This man's social media king.
Let's not.
He doesn't like seeing
talk about a particular brand that might one day sponsor us. Let's just say, let's not just shit on something because you can't afford it.
Ooh.
First of all, there's not much I can't afford.
Technically, none of us can. It's a $15,000, it's a $1,500 phone. You said Dollar Tree?
I trash.
You talking about Apple?
I trash.
Apple is what?
David, stand up for yourself.
I trash.
Man.
I trash. That's what it is.
Let me just say this. It's a wrestling show.
I trash.
What's I don't know. I can't have this talk with you.
Okay, you want me to talk about it on the
next? We can talk about it on the next edition of Tech Talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's
go.
Go ahead, Ron.
2027.
That's not happening. Can you just say that's not happening?
Ron, put it back up. We have the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar going after Roman Reigns, who's been champion for almost 500 days coming around. Go ahead.
If I could just start, I think what makes it interesting is here because Paul. Sorry, I had a drink. But Paul Heyman, knowing what Paul Heyman is going to do, Paul Heyman is going to interfere in this match, and what is going to happen? I'm not a wizard. I'm not Doctor Strange, because I wouldn't have let Peter try to trick me into anything. But
I can too.
But I think that I feel like Roman retains. I just don't think he drops it here. I don't feel like this is the place he drops it. I know Brock has been taking. I mean, this would be the second straight L from Roman. I just see Roman retaining. What does Paul Heyman do? He tries to help. I feel like him and Brock pairs up again, and I just feel like Roman retains. Brock and Paul Heyman get back together. Mike Knox.
I'm fine with this.
I'm sorry. These comments are making me
feel
like I'm dumb. Why? You know what's funny about?
Shut up, minute.
You know what's funny about?
I want to laugh.
Android software users, because your software doesn't have a name because it belongs to Samsung, whoever owns the phone. But
because it's Linux software.
No one's talking to you right now. The floor is mine, David.
Yeah, the floor is his. Yeah, shut up.
When this hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not the Miz.
Okay. Now, how only good Lord, people, no one pays you to suck the nut from Android. So how about picking up your jaws, closing your mouth, and manning the fuck up? No one pays me. I don't give a fuck if it's Android, Apple, or something made in Taboo. If you're gonna pay me, it's mine. I got everything. I have an Android, I have an Apple, I have a PC, I have a Mac. I got an Xbox, I got a PlayStation. Why? Because I'm a fucking consumer. I have a Nintendo because I'm a consumer.
Oh,
stop
shit,
sucking the nuts of things that don't pay you, people. Stop. It makes you look stupid, and it makes you sound stupid. And therefore, ergo, this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. So I'm going to talk about wrestling. And talking about wrestling, this match better not end like AEW and have a damn draw. I actually legitimately do not know who's going to win this match because it's Roman Reigns and it's Brock Lesnar. So anything can really happen. And that's what's exciting and yet fearful in this. Where does Paul Heyman take place? Right? He's mentioned that he's what? Oh, he's stupid.
Steven, you're ridiculous.
Well, listen, it's called a virtual background.
He said, right. I got a
Nintendo. Listen, I got a PlayStation pointing to the piano.
Listen, just keep it funky. I keep it a being. I like when little people come from big people. Just Google me.
Isn't that the word?
I will acknowledge Mike Knox as the executive consumer because he was like, why? Because I'm a consumer. And then he was like, you saw how graphic he was? I felt like we were going a different direction. He was like, why you have to drink the nuts? And then I saw him hold his jaw.
That's what it sounds like when it's dripping out of your mouth. It's like you're just sitting there let it hover in your mouth. Like, I know women are taught to
exactly how
maybe
many
some
fantasies,
maybe some men who
how
like
many fantasies
that, like
are you talking about on
mouth. I'm just saying, stop humming on their balls. They don't pay you.
What?
They don't pay you.
He said, "Stop humming on their balls."
Stop humming. They
don't pay you.
This man does all type. You know what? Start an OnlyFans. You'll probably make so much money because you're catering to like every fetish right now. I know.
This is on me.
That was David. I don't know what he's doing. You can tell it's David. That was childish and immature.
It's a
that had
to be immature.
Okay,
yeah.
no, I'm
just saying, you're talking about Ron.
Like I just don't. Let's keep it. Let's keep it in the text of what we're referring to.
I was talking about Ron. What was I talking about, Ron?
The shit you just said.
I was talking about Mike Knox. What are you talking about, David?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ron.
Okay, and even his comment. Comment is asinine, right? Because if that was the case, because right now AEW is better, but who makes more money? That's all that fucking matters in business, you dumb fucks. It's not about show friends, it's about show business. They're not here to be your friend. They're still having people buy their shit every fucking time. Take off your earphones, David. You can hear me from here to Tibet. It doesn't matter.
The views and opinions of Mike Knox are his alone and do not represent
unpopular
views.
I hope they do leave me alone.
Slight
I hope they do.
Wait, we do not believe you all are dumb fucks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You know, not the brightest people in the world, but not dumb.
That is awful.
What's the difference?
Ouch.
They just called you stupid in a polite way. What's the difference? I just don't get it. But this match is entertaining because you don't know who's going to win and where Paul Heyman is going to come out on this. Wrestling Dog, what you got?
Please.
Well, this match is definitely going to be interesting to say the least, like with Crown Jewel with those two.
You dumb fucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My Tourette's acted up. My bad. Go ahead, wrestler.
You're Tourette's.
Like I was saying,
it was a
how they were.
Oh my God, you fucking ruined it again. God damn, Dave.
I'm
Should I
looking
just
for
get
it.
out of here? I feel like I should leave.
Don't leave.
Okay, good. They muted themselves. Anyways,
Hold on, Barbara. I'm glad you're here because look at Vaughn. He said Mike's top 5 factions list is the official list of Unpopular Review, and I have to disagree. He does not have Imperium on this list. He doesn't.
I didn't put.
He's making fun of me. He's not talking about you. He's making fun of me.
Hey, any top 5 faction list with Imperium on it has to be the greatest faction list I have ever seen in my. Hey, hands behind the back.
Hey, the 4 horsemen are on that list. Damn it.
You guys are dead.
Chris, you're an asshole.
What are you talking about?
I already had to deal with one. I don't want to deal with another one right now.
You guys are dead.
Are you talking about your boyfriend?
Who else?
Why? Can you leave him alone? He's changed his societies. Okay.
He's still an asshole.
All right, come on, y'all. It's 9 o'clock. You know I'm old.
He really said my catchphrase. I agree.
When do our shows not go off the rails? I don't.
Never. Anyways.
They're pretty orderly when you're not on.
It's here.
Had a little bit more intelligence too. Not fucking with that.
You piece of shit! Get out of here! Get out of here!
That is on the front page of every Florida newspaper.
Who put that up there? Who put that up there? Who put that up there? Who put that up there?
I don't know.
Who else put that up there?
Hey, Boss Charmaine is telling us that we need.
Did you watch it? Did you
talk about the match?
Our boss is telling us to talk about the match. Okay, go ahead. It's back up there. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Wrestling Dog, go.
Listen, as much as I enjoyed that match in Crown Jewel and wanted Brock Lesnar to win, I really think Roman's going to retain the belt because they're not going to take that belt off him any damn time soon. At all. And who they'll have him fight against for next, they'll probably have it be Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns part 5 million. I don't fucking know. All I know is he's already destroyed everybody on the roster in SmackDown. Who knows? Maybe they'll transition it to go to Raw and destroy everybody on the Raw roster. So then who's going to have left? Walter?
No.
Where the fuck is Walter?
This Tuesday.
He's coming to
Tuesday. It'll be Walter and Imperium as a whole versus Riddle as well as MSK right there and Performance.
Are we all getting in? We get our.
I already got in
tomorrow. I got your email. Okay.
Check your email. I got in. David will be there. Wrestling Doll, did you get in?
I got the email. I had to figure stuff out with work.
Oh, okay.
I definitely applied. Do me a
It'll
favor
be
though.
for 5 hours.
Dice's comment. I just gotta say this to my co-host, right? Who likes to just whatever. I get whatever it is you do while you do it. But if listen to what I said first, like don't just go with what was written. Okay, I'm not and I already wrote it in black and white as well, right? It's they're not people get surpassed. That's just what it is. But to me, I was cheating. I didn't want to. I wanted to put them both in there by adding someone in there that may have and other people might not be there. Again, as we didn't get on Wrestling Doll for putting Imperium, right? We're gonna let that slide because that's her list. The difference between being your list and the best list, right? The best list, of course, you're gonna have them 1 and 2 probably, right? But one had HH in it, and so for there he automatically they get pushed down 2 notches because he was there.
I have one word for you, Imperium. Wrestling Doll, you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Hey, I got in.
All right, Ron, go ahead.
Oh, I already said my pick.
No, I don't know who's next.
Oh,
it's probably me.
Job. David.
All right.
Damn right.
Who's driving
Together,
that night?
assholes.
Oh man, yeah, I'm having a hard time picking a winner here, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be Brock Lesnar because WWE is WWE sometimes. So I have a feeling it's gonna be Brock Lesnar. I have a feeling. I want Roman to win, but it's probably gonna be Brock.
Hey, can I ask you a question? When WWE is being WWE sometimes, who are to be in the other times?
Got him.
It's being weird. I don't know.
It's so funny.
But,
Mike Knox on the block said, but okay, go ahead.
But they could pull a double cross, even though Roman betrayed Paul Heyman. It could be all part of a plot for Paul Heyman to just betray Brock again at day one, and for the Tribal Chief to retain.
This is exactly what Chris said on Friday.
No. Let him think it's his own idea.
Oh, good job, kid. Implant. It's an implant. God damn, that was a good implant right there, EC. Sorry. I like that, EC. I've been saying that for a while, and a lot of people have. But David is the type of guy that comes in after an hour after we talk to the chat room about how Tony Storm was released, and it says, "Hey, Tony Storm was released, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everybody." All right, now look. Okay,
nah, that's
That's Mike Knox. I forgot what I was going to say. Damn. So we were talking about NXT and we're all going, right? So now Mike Knox checked his email. Now he say, "Hey, who's driving?" So let's have this chat, the conversation with everybody, all the fans watching. Who's driving the Philly Confines of NXT? It's not like we're doing a show, right? It's not like hey, you know why we're not doing a wrestling show right now? Because these dumb fucks are not intelligent wrestling fans. That's why. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know my opinion? My opinion is none other than your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is going to win on Saturday because Paul Heyman, I thought differently, but David convinced me Paul Heyman is going to double turn and he's going to cross Brock Lesnar and get Roman Reigns. That's his way out. Brock Lesnar is going to beat Roman Reigns like in a pope. Not bloody pope, but a pope. He's going to beat his ass down to make him save face because he's still going to take the L because Roman Reigns is going to have Paul Heyman screw over Brock Lesnar. It's all part of the plan. Brock Lesnar gets moved over to Raw. Disappears for a while, then gets over to Raw because he's going to challenge Bobby Lashley. Blah 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 blah. So
he does no Royal Rumble.
Question.
I don't think he's going to Royal Rumble this year. Yes.
I was going to say, you say he goes into a feud with Bobby Lashley. I mean, I got to say, Brock. Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
And like I said, a lot of this stuff is speculation. Things change. This is WWE. Other times they're not. But they do change some things, right? I can see Brock Lesnar being in the Royal Rumble or Bobby Lashley being in the Royal Rumble, right? And one or the other eliminates the other. And then that's how they get into their beef.
That's a good stuff.
It's a classic thing they did in Royal Rumble.
No, they do. Michael's third angle, 2005. No, that's a great way. I was just going to say,
that's another thing you can do.
Because you mentioned Brock, and I guess the visual was going to always be, especially as the last, when did MVP start teaming up with Bobby? Like last year, right?
Early 220.
Yeah. So, but you say pretty much Brock Lesnar and him feud, and he doesn't. Good job. He doesn't need. He could pretty much he won't need Paul Heyman to go with him to face Bobby. You could just have this match where these two go. Never again.
You guys are such assholes.
I'm just, you know what? I
have nothing to do with this. My hands are free. I wasn't thought.
This device now has this new thing, right? Someone get that man a pillow. This device has this new thing where the camera automatically zooms in.
Yelling at us.
Oh, okay. Please.
Right.
So it automatically zooms in on people. So it zooms in on you. It zooms in on Barbara. It zooms in on Jack. It zooms in on Mike. No, stop.
The camera loves you. The camera loves you. I can't help
that. Can we
stop?
I'm not even doing it now. That's clearly Mike.
No, it's not.
Take that shit off. Take that shit off her. Ron, I apologize. That was me. The first time. Go ahead. See, now Dave's playing. I can see your arm. Like, the hell. All right, go ahead.
Mike, I was actually questioning who played, but I guess we pretty much have Lashley. I mean,
I can tell you, I like that. I'll answer that question. I like the question.
You do? Yeah, I like it too. It's one of the best questions you ever had.
Who will play the heel between Lashley or Lesnar? Elvis. All right.
Well, y'all said earlier that you said that Lashley was going face.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Lashley's going face.
The crowd does not and has not ever liked face Lashley. I'm not saying certain fans have not.
That's
right?
So true.
But the overall majority of fans,
Mhm.
you know, I'd be skeptical with that. With that,
I
would keep him. Yeah, I would keep him over here.
It makes more sense for Lashley not to go face and then remain a heel, especially he goes after Brock right now because right now Brock's hot. It looks like he's not going to have Paul Heyman. You know, I think the smart move is to have Brock Lesnar on Raw, Roman on SmackDown, have Paul Heyman do both. That's what I would do. But
a lot of people thought that.
But it looks like he's going to go to Raw and not have, I don't know. This is all speculation. These are all things that I see them doing. Doesn't mean they are going to do it clearly because WWE will go the one direction one day and then another direction another day, and then that person's released on this Tuesday, right? But did we get everybody's prediction for Roman Reigns and
did you say anything, Wrestling Dog? I feel like
picked
yeah,
Roman.
she said it because we Mike interrupted her for the first 5 minutes.
I think that's pretty.
That
much
was you. You're.
No, you know, because you prophetic coach. But
so I want to talk about real quick in the last 5 minutes here. I want to talk about the release because we should have went live on Instagram. We didn't do it because people have.
We have lives and we work.
People have midterms. So,
oh my god,
here we go. Tony Storm release. Your thoughts, your opinions on it. We're going to start. I'm taking over, Ron. Your thoughts, your opinions. We're going to start with the person whose opinion we care about the least, David.
Fuck you. Okay. So.
Great start.
Tremendous.
you guys are assholes. You two are assholes.
Assholes.
Okay, now we're in NXT chair going against Wallace.
Okay. So Toni Storm, you know, like a lot of people said, she just didn't fit in on the main roster. It's not that she was misused or anything. She just didn't fit in. It didn't feel like, you know, Toni Storm was a star. You know, NXT UK was definitely better for her. But yeah, I think it's better that she goes back to the independents or to like a smaller promotion, and I feel like she would thrive better there. I just don't think, you know, the main roster necessarily is for her, or even regular NXT. NXT UK, it was just a different environment. So I just feel like, you know, that's how I feel about that.
So articulate, Wrestling Doll.
I've been a fan of Toni Storm since the first time that I saw her when I was watching matches, which was mainly the 2019 Survivor Series NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw match, where she did amazing. And I am upset because I do feel like she was misused for a good while, and they didn't use her enough. They didn't utilize her enough. And now that they have, they used her for a feud with Charlotte for like 5 minutes, and it went down the minute the pie thing happened. So as upset as I will be to not see Toni Storm on TV, she'll probably do better in the independent circuit, like David says. So I wish her all the best of luck.
All kind of shit out there, and like my co-host on Around the Block, so Mike Knox, the Z is Silent podcast, to say fuck you, Dave Meltzer, and fuck anybody else from out there, Fightful, and all the other places that don't pay me. So, anywho, what's being said is she quit. She took her ball and she went home with it. Okay. And wrestling fans who know nothing about the business can sit here and say, well, this is how WWE treated her, so she left because of this and because of that. And I disagree a little bit there, Wrestling Dog, with the pie thing. It happened during the Thanksgiving time, and people have to understand what WWE is. A lot of people still don't understand the product in itself, meaning the company. I'm not telling you that you have to like what they do. I don't like half the shit they do. Okay. But that's what they do. Okay. They cater to certain things that are just not there. But I will tell you this much: she will be the biggest female free agent that AEW could probably acquire. I think she is an it factor. I think she has the look, she has the body, and more importantly, she has the in-ring ability. Right? She can her mic skills aren't the greatest, but they're not bad. You don't always have to be the greatest on the mic. You just have to be entertaining in what you're saying and believable in what you're saying. And everybody knows how I feel about Ruby Soho. Not a fan of hers at all. I think she will crush her in every facet of the world, professional wrestling. I think Tony will beat her in that. So AEW getting her, that helps that women's division, right? Because they need something to be that powerful. Them getting what's her name, Martinez, this past Wednesday. I think that listen, that lady, her time has passed, in my opinion, when she was in NXT. So it's going to pass here. She just looks older, and you can't look old when no one knows who you are, in a sense, right? It's one thing having someone like a Matt Hardy come back or Flair show up, or because they're a known commodity.
On TV.
She's not a commodity. Toni Storm technically isn't a commodity either, but everything that the indie world or the non-WWE crowd wants blows up. And they want Toni Storm. And that's how you turn that page. Next to CM Punk, she'll be the biggest pop that crowd would give a female division, in my opinion. I think she's going to be very well. She did not fall on the main roster at all, Wrestling Doll, whatsoever. And because they did not use her right is why. I think you put her in the right situations, she can do her thing. Now, this is where I do put the nickel on the meter and say, it's up to the talent to do the best in what they give you also. And I think it's very easily these days that these wrestlers, male and female alike, are quitting. Stone Cold took his ball and ran. CM Punk, for what it's worth, took his ball home and he ran. Brock Lesnar did it. They got to stop doing this. They were established people, Brock, Stone Cold. When you can't do that. You take a job, and now because they've worked in this company, they can get a job anywhere else. But without this company, could you have gotten that same job in those other places? And that's what I think that everything goes. Wish her luck, wish her well, but I think she should have stayed in where she was because she's not going to be able to. That's just me. You know what I mean? They wasn't using her right, but again, it's always writing on the wall. We always hope that Vince turns the page and does the right thing. He just seemingly lately never does. Jack?
I mean, I liked how everything you put out there. I just want to say off rip, wherever she lands, she's going to be fine. Like, she's going to be really, really fine. I mean, I do.
She already is.
I did. But
no, you're not wrong on that one, David.
She's going to be fine wherever she go. I like how everything he broke down. I didn't like the stuff with the pie. I mean, when she was on NXT UK, which I did not watch, I won't sit here and say I watched it. She was booked like a star. Went to the other, I would say NXT Prime things. Her booking was so and so. When it was called the main roster, I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool. I feel like she can help that women's division." I'm not saying she had to be the women's champion off rip and all that stuff. I said, but we should probably make her a priority and try to utilize that. I don't want to say top. I don't know. No, matter of fact, I do know. Let me get my thoughts. But I just thought she should have been a priority, and I felt like she wasn't. And I don't know the circumstances why she grabbed her ball and went home. Maybe she said, this ain't for me. Wherever she goes, she'll be fine. And I know that she's a young girl. She's like, what, 25, 26? Mm-hmm. And when she and everyone says they all come back, and which they do in a lot of ways, they all come back to WWE. So let her go away. Let her stretch her wings. Let her go to AEW, Impact, all these other organizations. And then when she come back, WWE could be like, yo, we let go of that girl. And then they bring her back, and then they could probably do something with her and hopefully realize what they got, which sometimes they don't because they bring people back, and sometimes it just don't work. It just don't work. But thoughts, sucks, but she wasn't really doing a whole lot on the main roster. She really just genuinely wasn't doing anything. I honestly thought something with her and Flair. I said, because she's a really good wrestler. Mm-hmm. She's a really good wrestler. Does she have the mic skill like Charlotte? No. But I said in the ring, and I'm an in-ring guy. I like in-ring work. Personally, for me, that grabs my attention. Mm-hmm. So I said, they can't have a bad match. They shouldn't have a bad match.
And they did.
And they did, right?
And they did.
I was going to say, ECU was at the thing, and they had a triple threat. I want to hear, and you too, David. How did that go? Because I was looking forward to maybe someone like her facing like Charlotte.
Before I say anything about it, I just want to show a little clip.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
That.
What? It says star. What is this? What is this?
Anthony!
That's supposed to be Charlotte. That's not that team, man. That's Charlotte and Natalia. Okay. I'm going to cut that.
All right. So the reason how come I showed that clip, and unfortunately David didn't do his job properly. There was Sasha that came out, and there was Charlotte that came out. When they came out, Sasha was first. Big pop. Tony came out. You heard it. Charlotte came out. Bigger pop. Believe it in Sasha. Right? She don't get that every day. But it was a huge pop. People were happy and excited to see her. What I mean by that is, once again, I say this every single time. This is where Mike and I really disagree. You have to understand the audience that WWE caters to, right? It's a different audience than the AEW audience. Us four, no rhyme. Us four went to an AEW Dynamite. Those people were there. They were into it. It was a shitty show, but they were into it. They were giving, acting like nothing was wrong. Everything was perfect, right? But WWE, David will tell you, when we went there were a lot more kids, right? There were a lot more women. It's a family-based show, and unfortunately, they don't sit around on the couch watching Raw every single week or SmackDown every single week in this case. And they saw Toni Storm, and there were legitimate people saying, "Who is this? Who is this?" She didn't have the presence. She was overshadowed and overstarred. And I think it's been like that since she got on the main roster, especially dealing with Charlotte. They put her in that program. I think they had faith in her, right? They asked her to lose weight. Let's just be real. Okay, people don't talk about that enough. Toni Storm lost weight, right? They asked her to lose weight. She went out there and she did what she was supposed to do. But I think when it came, even with the pie incident, I think she just was nervous. Whether it was Charlotte to make her nervous or not, she was just nervous and she fell out of her place.
Can I intercede 1 second right there with you, executive consultant? Because another thing that fans do, right, that I didn't like when that moment you brought up, they blame the WWE for that moment. Them girls do that themselves, trying to either get themselves over either backstage or with the crowd, with the emotions and the things they do. Oh, they made her cry after the match. If they did or if they didn't, you know what I mean? That threw me off.
That's why I threw him off.
Okay. So like it just makes it makes no sense to me how every single thing that WWE does is just looked at as so negative and their fault. You know what I mean? Like just don't get me wrong, I'm not here to defend them, but some credibility has to be taken upon the talent in themselves.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
And I agree because I am a big fan of Toni Storm. I was there when she won Mae Young thing. I actually flew up there. I took my the Mae Young tournament. I was up there when she won the Mae Young tournament. I took my daughter to go see it. We had a good time in Long Island. We had a good time. I'm a big fan of Toni Storm, always has been. She did a great job in NXT UK. But I also said this could be kind of unpopular. When she was in NXT, Prime, as Ron so eloquently put it, which I might call it from that one, I don't think she was hitting. I don't think she found her footing properly there either. You know, so when she got called up to the main roster, I thought it was a little too soon. I said she's not. If you're not doing too well in NXT, which in my opinion, I think it's easy to get over them fans because those fans embrace everything.
Everything.
Well, there are. They're like AEW fans. There are. Oh, because I always reference this as the case. Who's the guy that had the conga line? No way, Jose should never been called up to the main roster. Why they thought that guy was ready for the main roster, I have no idea. That he should have said, "Hey, I want to go to Raw SmackDown." They should have said, "No way, Jose." Pun intended.
Well, before him, you had
that was fucking funny.
What's his name? Rose.
Yeah, Adam Rose or something like that.
Yeah.
But but NXT crowd puts almost everybody over. Karrion Kross is the only person I've seen where they just like totally just did not like. Right?
Well, listen, it took them months to get on MSK in that crowd.
And then last Tuesday,
and
they were cheering for him.
And which was surprising since they're
gone now. But who's our rooting for?
Tag team?
Yeah, the fraction, the Black Bulls, they broke up. The Hit Row was not over in NXT.
That's arguable.
By the fans.
Really?
Every time I went,
there were some people who did not like him. There was a lot of people who did like him.
The majority of the time I went,
they had a love-hate thing.
I went for 2 straight months, and that crowd, it was just me and my daughter. And I actually thought it was racist. I really did. I actually felt that it was racist.
Hit Row wasn't hitting.
It was not hitting in that crowd.
And that was such a cool ass act.
I thought it was too. And then Dice Man would tell me, shout out to Scott Thomas, shout out to Scotty Diggs. They were like, they wasn't feeling it either. So I'm like, okay, when other black folks are telling me they're not feeling it, then I can't say, oh, it's a racist thing, it's not getting over. It was not over. Was Hit Row. I liked Hit Row an awful lot, but it wasn't hitting. And when it came to the main roster in that short period of time, for what it's worth, it wasn't hitting. Tony wasn't hitting. Maybe, just maybe, the limelight was too big for her.
I think so.
I think they weren't ready.
Because I really think WWE was. I don't think they were finished with her in Charlotte. I think they were going to keep pushing that program. I think they had plans for her. Now, do I think she was going to take the title? Probably not. But I do think they had plans for Toni Storm. The report it's just a report. We don't know. Nobody, Tony hasn't said anything. WWE hasn't said anything. The report is after that match, she left. Right?
Yeah.
She was fine on the camera, and she went around to the fans. But let's be real, most people probably were trying to get the because her and Sasha were hitting fans' hands as they were going to the back. Most people probably wanted Sasha, not Tony. Not me. I would have read that. Oh, yeah. By the way you look at it, I agree with Mike. The limelight probably was a little too big for her, but I did want to talk about that because I know once again now we sit here and we talk about Toni Storm. Toni Storm was all over the wrestling Twitter, all over wrestling internet yesterday. But why? It doesn't have to take somebody losing their job, whether it's mutually agreed or not. Why does it take somebody losing their job in WWE for all of a sudden everybody to become a fan? That's
because people appreciate more. People appreciate you more once you leave. Or once you lose,
same philosophy as a person who has all these people show up at their funeral but won't show up for their birthday party. More people recognize you when you die, and that's a damn.
Give me my roses now. Give me my flowers now.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm throwing them down, Mike. I'm throwing them down.
You know the saying is though in the wrestling communities, the wrestling fans are fickle. It really is. It's really like
very
that,
much so.
I
can't stand that.
So they're so fickle. And the thing is, I want to see like, I'm the biggest. I was just shocked because she was just in a championship match.
Correct.
So
that's why I was shocked.
You see it, yeah. So you see her in a championship match,
Which
and
explains
then
the
2
kickoff
days
match
later,
that we have.
yeah, and you see her 2 days later, she's released. You're like, whoa, what happened?
It didn't shock me too much because WWE, the most shocking release I've seen, outside like a Kurt Angle being released in 2006 or something like that, was Aleister Black, who just was on the freaking main event, just coming back, and then like a couple days later, released. I was shocked.
I would say Bray
after
Wyatt.
that,
I would say
Bray Wyatt was shocking too, but he was already out.
And I would say Nia Jax was shocking.
Nia Jax was also already out. So that's the only we talk about. We'll put
okay.
I think a little bit under Aleister Black. Aleister Black was just on TV. Just came back. Just was in the main event.
Hit Row.
And then Hit Row also was a little bit shocking because they were also they made their debut, and then 3 weeks later, B-Fangs was released, and the rest of them was released shortly after that. And Aleister Black, when everybody thought he was going to get released, did not get released. Had vignettes to show him coming back, and then comes out, kicks Big E in the face, your future world champion, kicks Big E in the face on the main event of SmackDown, then released. That to me was like.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the shock.
So now you can't even continue the program that you made, right? But don't worry, because if you have a program that you didn't feel like you finished in WWE, AEW is going to let you continue the program there, which is why Aleister Black still keeps the eye thing, which is why Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are having issues.
Put that picture up I put up there today that I shared in the group.
Which one?
Who's next? Who all Elite Wrestling on sign next?
Oh, yeah. While David gets that from the group, let's go ahead and do some of these plugs because we're going to wrap up the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review as well as Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. This was the Day 1 predictions. Day 1 is going to be coming from you from Atlanta, Georgia on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. kickoff show, 8 o'clock p.m. main show. I might be there. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
And check the post show out. Simulcast with myself, Around the Blocks of Mike Knox, the Zia Silent podcast, and Bad Guy Jack joining us from Unpopular Review.
Around the Blocks.
Just giving it to you right. Yes, I'm going to do a post show after a pay-per-view. Holy moly donut shop. And listen, guys, we support everybody who's been a fan of Unpopular Review and all the shows are here, Unpopular Entertainment, you name it. Things are changing in 2022, guys. You should be here. Get with us now while we free.
Unpopular Review Gaming.
Unpopular Review Gaming as well. What's next? We got anime shows coming.
Anime show is coming. It's actually an all-women anime show.
Oh, well,
then Wrestling Doll, Divine Intervention, See the Superior, and
I apologize because I also have one from and I put the vote out there. We Are Anime, as my children will be having their own show, hosted by Kurt B. Kappen as the host in there, and they're going to start off actually their first show next Sunday, going over the first season of Demon Slayer, followed by the second episode talking about season 2 of Demon Slayer. So
am I the only one thinks anime sucks? Like,
no,
yes.
You know what? Here's my thing. Here's my thing with anime. Here's my thing with anime personally for me. I don't like where they're always screaming. Even when they're in their thoughts, they're like, "I'm gonna kill you, nobody but you!" And I'm just
that does get annoying.
Like,
why? But I still enjoy watching it.
It's like if David's bedroom is next to yours. It's very
Hold on.
Ouch.
Okay. Well, yes, Devilish Grin. Yes, but looking for all the shows coming though. Is there a SmackDown Best of show tomorrow? You're gonna review?
Yeah, but we're not doing a SmackDown post show tomorrow. We actually took the week off.
We're taking the whole.
Oh, then we're here, but we'll be returning on Monday with the season premiere of Around the Blocks. Mike Knox, him, as well as DJ will be there Monday, 6:00 p.m. Looking forward to that season premiere, and immediately after Monday Night Raw, join Big Daddy Cool Steven Pena, as well as myself, the executive consultant, and probably the wrestling doll, as we discuss with you Raw.
A great
and with the results possibly from from day one, which we're going to talk about as well. On Tuesday, each and every single Tuesday, you have none other than Bad Guy Jack as well as Captain Shakespeare as they discuss all the action of NXT 2.0, which 40 members of your Unpopular Review crew will be there.
You're underselling that show. You got to put Shay's face down there so they know who to watch.
We might start doing that on Wednesday, each and every single Wednesday. Next week is the return of Divine Intervention as well as All Elite Joker as they bring you all the action of the first ever AEW Dynamite on TBS. Next week is going to be a big episode of AEW. You never know which one the other Unpopular Review members might drop by. I might drop by that episode coming up on Wednesday. And then, of course, on Friday, each and every single Friday, it is the SmackDown episode. Which I don't. Oh, yes, I do. The SmackDown. Oh, this did not age well. The SmackDown episode of Unpopular Review with Wrestling Doll and her co-host this Friday. Which do you have a co-host this coming next Friday?
I'm sorry, we've done this off air multiple times.
The
host of SmackDown Review is yours voice you're hearing truly, and the Wrestling Doll taking over.
You told me so, Chris.
Okay, well, I do a lot. I don't remember everything, but Mike Knox and Barber will be on next Friday for that. Looking forward to that. They also have a segment with Steamin' Willie Beeman next Friday. Looking forward to that. Hey, if you're a fan of UPRE, next Tuesdays when we show back up, and next Tuesday we're going to start off with none other than our new franchise that we're going to talk about, and this one is Terminator. Terminator 1 will be discussed on Tuesday, and then, of course, next Thursday, we're going to have another one with now.
Are y'all going to get all the way to Genesis? I just saw Genesis like 2 weeks ago.
We're going all the way.
You talking about resetting a button. You say Genesis fucked up everything.
Every single Terminator movie. Bad Guy Jack. Did y'all pick another franchise on television yet?
Not yet. We'll probably figure something out in the next few weeks.
Cool. So next Tuesday, we're going to discuss that. Also, a Matrix episode for the last Matrix movie coming up. Unpopular Review Gaming returns on Saturday, where we're going to be playing Mario Party.
Sunday.
That's right. After last Saturday's debacle, where Bad Guy Jack won Sunday. After last Saturday's, I said it. Sunday. This Sunday.
No, you're saying it wrong. Hold on, you're underselling this. Shut the fuck up. Last Saturday, we had something called Super Smash Brothers. I smashed the fuck out of these two guys.
Pause.
I beat these guys. So if you guys
smash their asses,
games, I stack them and smash them. If you guys like video games, you can catch us on Saturdays or Sunday. This Sunday, we're playing Mario Party. If you follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, don't rush me, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff, you'll know what games we got. And maybe on, I don't know what other games.
Speaking of controlling the narrative, this clown out over here is definitely trying to control the narrative because last I checked, that last match was taken by none other than executive.
Oh, shit. Somebody said,
kick this guy's ass off the stage. So remember that before you start talking your shit. But
no, that's cool. That's cool, Grandpa. That's cool, Grandpa. Chris.
Basically, what the executive consultant is saying, what Bad Guy Jack is saying, what Wrestling Doll is saying, what the technician is saying, what the head of the table, Mike Knox, is saying is we have content galore. So follow us at all our social media platforms. 2022 is going to be a big year for us here at Unpopular Review. So stay tuned. Stay with us. Like, love, and share. Thank you so much for Bad Guy Jack, for Wrestling Doll, for the technician, for the head of the table, Mike Knox. I'm the executive consultant, and we will see you on Saturday right here at Unpopular Review. Good night, everybody.
Peace.